Hello and welcome to a World of Warships replay that I'm just going to save for a rainy day. As you can see, this is basically all bots. I have two human companions, and they're not going to matter at all because I'm down at the southern end of the map here. My two human companions are up at the northern end of the map, and, well, spoiler alert, neither of them are going to be all that useful. I am in a Russian Tier 4 destroyer. What you need to know about Russian destroyers is that they are fast, their guns are somewhat decent, their torpedoes are comedically short-ranged. As you can see, this one has a torpedo range of 5 kilometers, and my detection radius is 6.5 kilometers. So unless I'm sitting in a smokescreen, if I can torpedo someone, chances are they can see me. So at this point, I'm just thinking, alright, I'm just going to move up to the capture zone here, capture zone C, scout a little bit, maybe dump some torpedoes and run away, because the enemy team will be coming at me. So the effective range of my torpedoes is increased. I can launch a torpedo that has a 5-kilometer range at an enemy 6 kilometers away from me, and if he's coming towards me, he'll be within range of the torpedoes by the time those torpedoes get there. By the way, my torpedoes are slow. Really slow. Now, the nice thing about this battle is that everything is Tier 4, so it is nice, and there's no comedic mismatch going here, shall we say. Alright. There's no way I can torpedo this German torpedo boat. He's going way too fast. Fine, I'll get into a gun duel with him. This is something that I should be able to win. Madcap, do remember that the V-170 has a goofy feature where it has a forward torpedo launcher. Somebody behind me is trying to torpedo as well. That's nice. He missed quite dramatically. Alright, let's launch some more torpedoes at him. Torpedoing a destroyer is a questionable business. They are fairly maneuverable. They're certainly more maneuverable than battleships, but they tend to be longer and thinner than cruisers, and therefore not as maneuverable as cruisers. And there we go. First one's down. Now, I've got myself into a gun duel with a cruiser here, the Italian Guisano. Not necessarily the smartest move. No, in fact, it's not. There's no necessarily qualifier required here. So, very optimistically going to dump a torpedo, set the smoke screen, and kind of just hope that I can hang out here. Terrifyingly close range. He has, of course, dodged the first torpedo. Very optimistic second torpedo launch. He is completely turned around to dodge it. Again, an optimistic third torpedo launch. Probably should have held on to one of those, but hey, you know what? I don't even know where those shots were going. It's not like I have a tremendous amount of experience playing destroyers. Although the games that I've played in destroyers, I've tended to love. Because it is a high-risk, high-reward playstyle that I am coming to very much appreciate. Now, if I get my hang of... Yeah, if I can get a hang of Italian destroyers, I'd be a happy, happy man. Because Italian destroyers are a buttload of fun. But, well... There have been times where I've triggered the high-speed smoke in Italians, and then I've wanted the smoke to clear out end early so that I could reacquire my target. Little oopsie. Okay, I have fled the smoke screen. Questionable, but my entire team has been wiped out up here. There's a whole bunch of ships chasing me. I'm just thinking, okay, bye. I don't want to deal with this. So I'm gonna leave. Now, the smart thing to do, because again, my detection radius is about 6.5. If I stop shooting, eventually my detection radius... My detection radius is currently 10.2 because that is my maximum gun range. If I've shot in the last 20 seconds, my detection radius is is my maximum gun range. So, if I just stop shooting for a second here, we'll get back down to 6.5, which isn't enough that Almirante Careva, however you want to pronounce it, the Spanish ship, is still well within range. But now... he's on the other side of an island and cannot see me. So, if I had not bothered trying to shoot him, I'd be safe right now. but not for much longer. He is going to come around the island, so what the hell? Some more optimistic torpedoes. Run for my life. And again, to reiterate, both of my human allies are dead. What's left are a couple of not terribly intelligent bots. The Spanish gentleman over here has torpedoed me because, well, why wouldn't you? Going to dodge this, thank you. And my torpedoes hit home, finally. Alright, I've still got a cruiser and a battleship behind me. Now, fortunately for me, the Japanese Tier 4 battleship has a chase armament setup, yeah, where most of his guns are in the back. I believe he's only got one turret up front that can really get a beat on me. Unfortunately, of course, if that thing hits me, it's going to do horrible, horrible damage. What, a Tier 4? That'd probably be 12-inch guns, I would assume. I'm not going to check. No, it'd have to be 12-inch guns, because the Tier 5 Japanese battleship is the first battleship that has 14-inch guns. Yes, okay. Shut up. Still, those 12-inch guns are going to hurt me a lot. Very optimistic torpedoes launched at the Guisano, but he's got no problem dodging those because, hey, head-on torpedoes. He's in a cruiser. Cruisers are very maneuverable. And if they come head-on at you, well, all you have to do is thread the needle. So I'm just running up north up here to try to join my allies and dumping some optimistic torpedo launches behind me because, hey, again, why not? They are going to catch up to the torpedo range, so one of these might hit. But I'm not really expecting them to. I just kind of want to slow him down a little bit with these torpedo launches. And if I happen to do a little bit of damage, great, so much the better. All right, the Italian. I would assume this is an Italian turbina up here. All right, we'll just torp him. Some very, again, optimistic torpedoes because they're destroyers. Destroyers are not the easiest thing in the world to hit with torpedoes, as I've said. However, his engine is now knocked out, so let's go. Have at you. Weirdly, he does not torp me right now. I guess his torps are on cooldown. Alright, second kill. Or third kill, excuse me. I'm doing alright, but there's still an awful lot of enemies out here, and I have one ally left. Now the good news is, these guys behind me are really going to struggle to hit me because I am fast and far away. And the battleship in particular is not going to be accurate at this distance, and he's not going to shoot all that often. The cruiser, I got to pay a little bit more attention to. And at some point, I'm going to have to turn my attention to the battleship. But one more optimistic torpedo dump here. I did aim them directly at the sinking destroyer that I just sunk a minute ago. So, unfortunately, as I think we'll see in a minute, get stymied a little bit by the fact that... Or, hold that thought. First of all, I'm dumping a smokescreen here that I have no intention of staying in, but I just kind of want to get the enemy ships behind me off my back for a second. And now I can stop and stay in the smoke... Okay, I did actually intend to stay in the smokescreen. What do I know? I did this like 20 minutes ago, and I don't remember what my plan was. But hey, okay. Sit in the smokescreen. Now I can just wait. Unfortunately, the Orion is not giving me a good torpedo angle, so I'm going to have to leave the smokescreen after all. But that's okay, because all the Orion's guns are going to be pointed at the Queen Mary. And all I'm going to have to do is come up on the other side of it, deal with a little bit of secondary fire, and launch my extremely short-ranged but extremely fast reloading torpedoes. The Russian destroyer's saving grace is the fact that these torpedoes are on like a 20-second cooldown. So once again, visible to everybody, and I am taking crossfire from what I would assume is the enemy cruiser. But that's alright, this isn't going to last much longer. First wave of torpedoes, got a hit. Alright, great. Now look at the Queen Mary, she's on fire. Wonderful. She's not using a repair party, which hopefully just meant that her repair party was on cooldown and she's not trying to throw. It's a bot, who knows. Bots are extraordinarily stupid. very optimistic torps at the Gusano, but of course he's going to turn, so that's not going to happen. I should torp the gap between the Queen Mary and the island, but I was concerned about the torps just running into the Queen Mary. Alright, Gusano will now torp the Queen Mary. The first torps will miss. I believe the second torps will hit. In any event, the Queen Mary is not long for this world. And now it's me against 2 enemy ships. Oh, and did I mention that they have all 3 caps? I did stop in the center cap just long enough to pick it up, but, well, the cruiser chasing me recaptured that center cap as he was driving through it. So that was kind of pointless. Now, my torpedo angle here is borked because of the wreck of the Queen Mary. So, okay. I think the Gusano is coming around the left side of my left side of the island. So I think, okay, I don't want to get caught in a crossfire between the Miyogi and the Gusano. So I'm going to come around the left side of the island, hope and pray that I can torp the Gusano before he can do too much damage to me, and then I can kill the Miyogi. A destroyer against a battleship usually isn't a problem for the destroyer. In my wonderful, unique case, where is that cruiser? Oh, crap, he's over there, and he's going the other way around the island. Well, this is bad. Alright. Last thing I want to do is be stuck out here in open water. Smokescreen did just come off cooldown, and I did just use it. Okay. Slow down enough to... Why? I don't know why the Gusano has armor-piercing ammunition loaded. Oh, that would just go straight through me if it hit me. Would not get the job done. Alright, well, at least now I know where the Gusano's going. Wildly optimistic torpedo dump at the Miyogi because, hey, again, these torpedoes just come off cooldown ridiculously fast. That was my last charge of smoke. And I am going to get detected. And there's the Gusano. Okay. We have to get in close. We have to get in close because these torpedoes cannot miss. Alright. He's gone and knocked out my engine. Fine. Repair. First set of torpedoes has missed. Alright, we are gearing up for a starboard side drive-by. That's fine. My firing angles are better than his, so as long as I stay about here, he cannot torpedo me. So, drop the torpedoes here. Drop all the remaining, all the active torpedo launchers. He's going to come at me on this side, but that's okay. I see him coming. Just have a turn. And now I'm on the wrong side of the island. I cannot use the island for cover between me and the Miyogi. It's just going to be, alright, who can shoot first? Torpedo launcher coming around. We're ready to go, but these will need to hit. My steering's knocked out. I've got 9 seconds to survive here before the torpedoes can reload, because those 3 alone are not going to be enough to kill the Miyogi. Now I'm about to panic. I accidentally hit the wrong button and go to wide mode on the torpedo launchers, but that's alright. There's still enough of them in the water. As long as the Miyogi doesn't shoot me in the next 2 seconds, I win the game. So yeah, they're bots. It's not that impressive, but it is that impressive for me because, well, I don't play this game all that often. Yep, okay, a couple guys followed us in. Not a big deal. You know, if we could hit them. Oh dear, these attack animations are taking too long. Show me a fence. Or crash the car. One of those 2 things. That's fine.
Swimming in heavy armor. Nothing could be simpler.
Not a combat class. Doing the combat.